When you the only square in your circle, that's out of shape, that's out of place. And everything in your crib looking out of date, life hard at home, seek an outlet, not even trying to charge your phone, dog, come on, yeah, I know reality blows. It's the fakest things in life we call reality shows, reality hoes. Shots in the ass, shot in the glass, R.I.P. to them kids shot in the class, to my ladies that stalked in her ass, cause he walked with an ass. I apologize on the behalf of my niggas. We just trying to make a dinner plate, thoughts race like sport cars down the interstate. We just trying to be well off like it's our winter break. But you gotta take time though, Justin Timberlake, feeling great. We only act fucked up cause bitches act stuck up. We only play the lotto just praying that we luck up. I pity the fool with all this gold on Mr. T. I can't say, you can't say a word to me like Mr. Bean, cause I'm trying to get fresh like Mr. Clean. You trying to make black history, or you trying to make blacks history? Yo, what's up? This is Julian Stephen, and you are now tuned in to Couch Sessions. What's up?
Number 3 pencil, the show got canceled. Lime green, red wine, de-stress the damsel. Scrape trees with the hand.
That was really good. You are really a good MC. I think that's really talented. You're so young to have that kind of skill. And congratulations to you on being featured in XXL.
Thank you.
How'd that go about?
Management, just connecting the dots and just making moves, networking constantly.
Do you feel like now that you've been featured there, it kind of opened up doors for you to be featured other places?
Certainly. That's the way this industry goes. Cosign after cosign after cosign. That's the way it is. And that's how you build your brand and build your name.
Do you think it's necessary for an artist, such as yourself, an indie artist, to actually have a cosign?
Of course, because I don't want to be an indie artist.
You don't want to be an indie artist?
The goal is to break out.
Okay.
Break into the mainstream world.
Okay. You don't want to be an indie artist that breaks into mainstream?
That's what I am.
Okay.
That's what it is currently. But that's not something I'm comfortable with.
Okay.
Satisfied with.
Okay. You want more?
Of course.
So where exactly do you see, like, for yourself, what do you feel like are the necessary steps for you to get to that point?
The right music, you know, just and marketing it the right way.
Okay.
Just understanding the limits. There's no limits to where you can go as an artist, because you don't want to get in this box and get comfortable and just stay in this box.
Right.
And never see yourself.
And then never get out.
Yeah.
Right. Well, you have a pretty good team behind you. You have Derek, you have Kevin, you have people who are really pushing to get you out there. So I think that that's a very good start for you.
Yes.
So you're from Queens. Shout out to Queens.
Queens artists.
Queens artists. What is it about Queens that you feel that you represent in your music that's different from what others do?
I think looking at like the history of artists that come from Queens.
Right.
You have Run DMC, you have Nas, you have
Tip.
Who? Who'd you say?
Q-Tip.
Q-Tip. Oh, that's the opposite. Oh, sorry. Yeah, you have Q-Tip, you have 50, Nicki, like, and if you if you just look at them, they're not only artists, they're entertainers, you know, they're all around in the industry. And I think that's a quality that I need to uphold, you know. I need to be a brand, because they're not just artists, they were all over the industry.
Okay.
And they took advantage of that opportunity, and that's what I intend to do, and that's how I want to separate myself from most artists, by being not only in the music industry, but the film industry, the television networks, and the radio world. Just taking your name and expanding your brand.
Yeah. Well, you definitely garnered that buzz. You dropped that project called Awkward Moments, which is actually a hashtag.
Yeah.
And it's actually quite hilarious when I saw it. So first of all, we'll get into the songs in a little bit, but why did you name it Awkward Moment? Is it from that whole hashtag, was that awkward moment when? Is that how that started?
Well, yeah, no, I didn't see it. I said, oh, this is going to be the name of my mixtape. It's a universal concept that I feel we all can relate to, we all deal with. You know, whether you're from here or West Bumblefuck or whatever, we all have awkward moments. So I feel like it's something everybody can see and instantly just be like, yeah, I know that feeling.
Really?
Yeah.
You think so?
Of course.
All right, tell me your most awkward moment.
Oh, man.
And give me a good one, too. Don't give me like, I tripped down the steps in front of these girls at the train station. Like, I want to. That is awkward, but I want a good awkward moment.
A good one. I want to give you a clean one. I don't want to give you the dirty one.
Please don't. I appreciate that.
Yeah. I guess my most awkward moment would have to be. Damn, my whole life is just awkward as hell.
Is it?
Yeah.
You consider yourself one big awkward?
I do. Everything that happens to me is just these coincidental moments.
Oh, really?
Just, oh my God, why did that happen? I can't even. You gotta listen to the mixtape if you really want to figure me out. I can't think of one right now, though.
But I did listen to your mixtape. It seems like a lot of your awkward moments are with girls.
Of course.
Is that what happens to young guys?
I think it's just, I don't know if it's young guys, if it's just me, I don't know, but yes.
Well, is that what Creepin' was about? For those of you who don't know, he dropped a music video for Creepin', aka 69. And yeah, so one of the things I noticed in the video is that you had the same girl, obviously, acting in two different roles. But the roles between you and her also were very different. It was like one seemed very young, kind of promish. She seemed very innocent. You seemed very innocent. And then you had the other one that looked like she was in a college dorm. She had grown up. You were different. You had your fitted on, like you guys had matured. Tell me a little bit about the concept of that video and that song.
That's the awkward moment when, like, you have that friend that you guys really weren't on the same page at one point when you were younger, then like you guys just reconnect years later, and you guys are just not different people, but you just grown on such a level where it's finally time for you guys to like click and you can finally like relate.
That's happened to you before?
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure it's happened to everyone, you know.
Let me find out. What school you go to? I need to find out so I can like.
Where do I go? I don't want people trying to find me.
I need to find out so I can find out these girls who you're friends with, so I can be like, you know.
Interview some girls.
Interview some girls.
You probably get some dirt on me.
Oh. No, I don't want no dirt on you.
Yeah, no,
I like you. There's no reason for anybody to give me dirt on you. I told him, I don't believe you. I don't believe you. You're such a nice guy.
Boy, I agree.
You are. So tell me. So tell me about On and Off.
On and Off?
Because I listened to that song in the car and I was like, oh, okay. Well, all right.
That's that relationship that is just always there, but sometimes it's working, sometimes it isn't. Sometimes we fight, sometimes we're loving, sometimes we're good, sometimes we're bad. It's just on and off. It's like when we can't just make up our mind and just go on a steady trail.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time, we're still tied to each other, and that's another awkward moment that I feel like a lot of people deal with.
Yeah. Do you feel that as an artist yourself, that that's something that you are confronted with? I mean, you don't have to get super personal, but I know that that is something that, you know, a lot of my artist friends deal with. They have that one person who's always been in that corner, and then as soon as they become, I guess, quote unquote famous or recognized for their artistic talent, things start to get funny. They get on and off. Like, do you believe that that is something that happens?
Yeah, definitely. That definitely happens. But I think it's a really misunderstood concept.
Okay.
Like, it's not the artist is changing. It's just like so many things around you change. And it's just a lot of people don't understand it, you know. Because usually when an artist gets into a situation like that, everything around you changes except for that person. Everyone, you know, and the artist is calm and collective about it because that's what we've been anticipating for ourselves for such a long period of time. And then when it finally happens, that person that you're with is like kind of thrown off guard because, you know, they're
not ready for it.
Yeah, they're not ready for it, exactly. Okay. So that's how I feel those situations usually go down.
So how do you avoid moments like that? Like I said, you don't have to get personal, but I'm just wondering, for other artists who are watching this, how do you avoid those kind of awkward moments?
Don't get into an on and off relationship. Don't be in a relationship. That's how I handle it.
You just don't
Stay single, yeah.
Stay single.
Yeah, I don't commit myself to anybody, and I don't get heavily involved with someone. I can't, because the majority of my time is invested in my music. So I'm not gonna lead someone on.
Okay. So then let's go back to your tape. So the the range of your music goes from somewhat soulful, then you have a little bit of like the photographer said, he sounds like you have like an early Prince kind of feel in there, and that because of the electronic feel. And then you have a little bit of heavy rock. So like it goes completely one swing to the left. Was that on purpose?
Yeah, because I feel like that's what really makes Julian Stephen the artist he is.
Okay.
Is the range and the way it's so sonically cohesively put together. You know, a lot of artists don't have that talent or have that quality. You know, some of them aren't able to do that, what I do, you know, and I feel like that's what really makes me who I am and what makes me such a different artist from most people.
Okay. So do you feel that you as an indie artist who's trying to start that break into mainstream, because you are going there, and I definitely can see you doing that, with the way that you have your music now, do you feel like it will change once you get to that point? Because, you know, a lot of artists feel like they lose their creative freedom.
Oh, you think I'm gonna go pop or something?
Well, I don't know. I don't think you go pop.
I'm not gonna go pop.
No, but do you feel like there's gonna be a pressure to maintain your current creativity from the people, from your listeners, and then another pressure to change your level of creativity once you go mainstream?
I think really it's you have to know what you want in this industry as an artist, and I think when you know you want, the people around you are able to compromise, you know. But if you come here empty-handed with nothing on your mind, nothing creative on the platter, people are just gonna take you and do whatever they want to do with you, you know. And I feel like that happens with a lot of artists because they've never really envisioned themselves, and so when it finally happens, it's like, oh well, I always saw my, you know. Yeah. It's kind of like a curveball, you know. But for me, I know how I want my albums to sound. I know how I want them to look. I know what sonically where I want to go with certain things. So when I sit in whatever meetings it is or whatever creatively kind of music I want to make, I can say, oh, I want to sound like this. I want to do this. I want to do that. I want to try this. And we just sit down, my whole team. We just sit down. We look at it. We say, okay, this works. This doesn't work. Let's try this. And we just that's how we work. And it usually works like that. That's how it usually goes. But I feel like you lose your creativity when you come to the table without any.
Okay.
You know, you have to constantly be thinking, constantly know what you want.
Do you believe that as an artist, you are, and I ask this question all the time, so I'm going to ask you a loaded question. I'm warning you ahead of time.
No, that's okay.
Okay? Do you believe as an artist, and especially since you're an MC, so I usually ask this for soul artists, but I'm going to ask you as an MC, do you believe that you can tell when another MC is not being genuine? Since you're talking about sitting with your team and being creative and understanding, you're laughing, so that means that you do.
Yeah, I can tell when the MC is not being genuine. I'm an artist, you know. But it's not really about being genuine because, I mean, yes, it is about being genuine. It's just being genuine with yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to be one of those artists where I gotta walk out in the street in a costume. Oh, this is Julian Stephen. I want to be able to walk out in sweatpants and sandals and socks and be like, oh, Julian Stephen, he's just chilling right now. Like, that's the artist I want to be. I don't want to have to feel obligated to wear a certain outfit or do a certain gimmick to be myself. You know, like if there's anything fashion-wise or style-wise that I do that's different, I want to be able to do it on my own accord. Right. You know? But any other day when I want to wear basketball shorts and go to the studio, dress however I want to be able to do that. I don't want to have an image to uphold, you know? Right. So, yeah, I know when artists aren't being genuine because there's some artists, like, I know you're not like that every day. Like, come on.
Like, I know you in real life.
Yeah, like.
But isn't the pressure that comes from the consumers, the people who are actually listening to you, doesn't that somewhat sort of make you have to do something different from what you would normally do? Like, if your consumers are used to you doing something one way, does that influence how you then present your next project? Even if it means not being yourself. I know that's a tough question.
It's a tough question. It's a tough question because I want to answer it correctly. I feel like me being an artist, I'm naturally gonna do things out of the norm. I'm naturally gonna do things that the average person wouldn't.
Okay.
You know, so it's like, I guess with my next project, I'll think, okay, how am I gonna reinvent this? How am I gonna bring back this trend? How am I gonna start this style? Like,
right.
you know, that's what artists are supposed to do.
Right.
We have a responsibility to be the trendsetters in this world and be the leaders of our own generation. So, yeah, I mean, but at the same time, like, I'm gonna change all the time. Like, there's gonna be some people that are gonna be unhappy with it because this is growth, this is evolution. That's what artists are. That's what all artists do. They change and they grow.
Okay. And last question. Well, not last question, but second to last question.
Okay.
Do you feel that hip hop is dead?
Of course not. No, hip hop never dies.
Okay. It just changes.
Yeah.
I like your thinking. That's what me and you, we gonna be here. I like that thinking. So how do you feel about people who say that it is though?
I feel like they're living in the old. Listen to the old shit. If you don't like the new shit, listen to the old shit and shut up.
So you turn off the like that Jay-Z line, basically.
Yeah. Listen to the radio. Go buy some old vinyl CDs. Get a cassette. Stop bothering us, cause we out here trying to get ours. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, nobody has time for that.
Does it bother you when you hear the old heads? Well, not the old heads, but the legends in hip hop say that? As a new artist coming up?
Nah, they just fell off. Any artist that says they fell off. I'm not thinking of anybody specifically, but
that's just in general.
Yeah, anybody that's bitter like that, talking about other artists, because honestly, I'm an artist myself. I know I don't have time to talk about another artist. I'm moving too much. I'm working too much. If you have time to look at other people and discuss their matters, then it's something you're not doing for yourself.
Hey, you know what? I actually like that idea. I actually like that. All right, so tell me what you got coming up.
Right now we're in production with the online sitcom.
Okay.
Which we didn't talk about.
Right, but I heard, this is what I'm about to say. I heard that this new online sitcom is supposed to be, and I heard this from your manager, but it's supposed to be somewhat like Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yes.
Really? Tell me a little about it.
It's basically my brother, my father, just getting in weird situations, like just
awkward moments on TV.
Awkward moments on TV. You know, I wrote up the scripts. We started reaching out to different artists for cameos, guest appearances, and right now we're in the process of putting together the season. You know, the music, everything. It's gonna bring back that old school feeling. You know?
I think from your personality, I'd actually be willing to see that. I think that's actually gonna be pretty funny because outside of what people are probably seeing in this interview, you're actually pretty funny.
Thank you.
So I think that I'm really gonna be looking forward to seeing that. What else you got going on?
New music. We're always making new music. That's all I'm gonna tell you. That's all I'm gonna say.
That's all you're gonna say?
Yeah.
No dates, no nothing. You just got a lot. You're just working.
Working. I'm always working. Yes. I mean, we have dates, but I'm not. It's too early to even speak on anything. Trust me, we have dates.
Too much.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Julian. I'm really looking forward to your sitcom.
Thank you.
When it comes out, you must let me know when it comes because I have to watch it.
Of course.
And I'm looking forward to the new music you got going on. Again, congratulations on being featured on XXL. And I think that you are so wonderful and so talented. So I'm really looking forward to it. Thank you.
Number 3 pencil, the show got canceled. Lime green, red wine, de-stress the damsel. Scrape trees with the handbill.